Hello, welcome to our Kami annotation training. Thank you all for being here and making time to learn more about this tool, how to use this tool, and how it can be integrated into your classroom. My hope is that you will learn a great deal from this presentation and will also get a better idea of why Kami is beneficial to you. And I hope that you leave this presentation excited about Kami, feeling more comfortable about integrating it into your classroom, which I think is a very easy ask considering how accessible the tool is. So going through our agenda quickly, we're going to go through 9 a.m. agenda for about 15 minutes. We're going to talk about what Kami is, 10:15, why we would want to use Kami, 11:15, student engagement, 12:15, digital citizenship and ethics, and 1 p.m. viability. And this is just for day one. That is more focused on covering the content, what Kami is, why we want to use it, and getting us introduced to the idea. Our day two agenda is going to be a little bit more hands-on. We'll practice actually doing voice comments, video comments, equation editors, feature control, and the class view feature, which we will learn a lot more about as we go through our presentation and talk a little bit more about what Kami is and how we can use it. So let's start off by talking about what Kami actually is. So what tool am I presenting you with? So Kami is an annotation and collaboration tool that makes lessons and assessments interactive for any grade and any subject. So this is being proposed as not just a tool for elementary level education, but also through middle school and high school. As you can see, it's very easily customizable. So I'm unfortunately unable to access a demo version of Kami. It's just not available to me. So the way that I'm going to introduce you to the tool and how to use the tool is through some screenshots and a video that I have of Kami actually in use. So I'm going to basically be talking about this photo on the right-hand side. But before we get into that, I also want to give you guys an opportunity to talk about your current experiences with getting students to interact with the material. So for our turn and talk, take a second to turn and talk to the people next to you about the current struggles you have getting students to interact with written material specifically. So things you normally have on, paper pencil assignments. So go ahead and take a second to turn and talk to the people next to you. Okay, skipping ahead a little. So we're going to go through some of the features of Kami and how Kami is used. So as you can see, based on this screenshot, Kami is very simple to use. So students will open up their document. As you can see up here, Kami documents can be shared via Canvas. You can see the Teams logo up top, and students will be able to access their documents there. And you can share multiple documents at a time with them or as singular documents. On the right-hand column, we're going to have our toolbar. So as you can see, there's a text select, there's highlighter, then actually typing text, adding that. Then there is a little pencil for drawing. If you go down further, you can see an eraser. Then we have photos that you can add, the logo for voice notes. So it'll take a little bit for students to get used to knowing which icon is which. They will probably be able to figure it out more intuitively than we will as educators. They're a little bit more versed in that type of technology than most of us are as part of older generations. They should be able to pick it up very intuitively. So as you can see up here in this demonstration, the T has been selected for text and the student has typed, also known as the Spice Islands. And they've also used the draw tool to draw a little arrow towards the text. So there's various different ways that you can interact with this, and we can see it all in this photo here. So we're actually seeing a photo of a group assignment. So as you can see down here, you can see in the bottom right corner exactly what students are present in a document. So this seems to be a group of about 5 people. They've all been assigned to a singular document. So Kami can be great for group projects as well as singular assignments. So as you can see, 5 people are all in this document and they're all making individual comments. It does not get mixed up. So obviously paper and pencil group assignments, you turn something in and it's very difficult to tell exactly what student did what. The best thing about Kami is that as you can see in this little photo, You can see Kelly Prosad left a voice note. You can see Miss Garcia, the teacher, left a defining comment, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a demonstration video, how comments are left and how teachers interact with the material. But circling back to student usage, you can see exactly what student left what comment. And you can also see when student left a comment, because there's a little chat feature on the left-hand side. The students can also chat as they collaborate to foster better success with an assignment. So that kind of circles back to the digital citizenship aspect of Kami that's coming in. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in our presentation. So we've talked a little bit about student usage. And as you can see, a lot of you shared that your current struggles getting students to interact with material is engagement. They don't necessarily engage with the paper pencil technique. A lot of them do, not all of them do. Kami is great for fostering that engagement because as you can see on the left-hand column, there are so many choices for how they can interact with this, so many, and it really allows them to be creative while still interacting with the material. So skipping forward a little bit, we're going to brush past this overview of the Kami overview annotator. Now we're going to talk about how teachers can actually interact with Kami, which is one of my favorite parts about the tool and how you as a teacher will be using Kami. So as you can see, the toolbar remains the same on the side. You have the same features. We've got the little arrow, we've got highlighter. We have comments that we can add if we want to chat with. Maybe you have a para-educator and you're both working on grading these. You can leave chat comments on the side as you're grading. Text tools. We have a drawing tool, which we'll see a demo of shortly. I'll play the video so you can see how the drawing annotation works for a teacher who's using the class view feature. So as you can see, when you look at this, all of these assignments have been turned in. This is a multi-document page going down vertically, which makes it very easy to go through either a single student or you'll grade maybe the first page of multiple students. So this demonstration is going to show us a teacher moving through grading multiple students at a time, going through the first page. So as you can see, the teacher has the drawing tool selected, and then teacher's adding a check mark, a little question mark, zooming in, and then clicking return, and then it pops up as graded. So part of why Kami is such an amazing feature alongside, the seamless integration, the free onboarding and training that comes with it, the 40+ tools and feature is that it is so easy for educators to quickly provide feedback, which is, it's an essential part of having feedback be meaningful. Getting feedback 2 weeks later on the material is not going to be helpful for our students. As you can see, grading the first pages and adding comments was as easy as, moving through. That happened in about 12 seconds, adding comments on 3 papers in 12 seconds, and interacting with the material in meaningful ways. So it's really automating that process. And again, this is great for elementary school teachers, middle school teachers, high school teachers. And this can also be not just used for annotation assignments like this. This can also be used to grade assessments. Kami is really offering a huge mixed bag of tools and features that are going to be amazingly helpful to our students. And again, some of the top Kami tools that I think are going to be most beneficial for us to practice are going to be video annotation, audio annotation, which is great for making annotating accessible to students, especially English learner students who might be more comfortable speaking than they are writing at certain levels. Class view for grading and remote viewing, real-time interaction as students annotate, and customizable drawing on text. We have another turn and talk moment here. So I'm going to have you turn and talk with the people next to you and talk about which of these features you see benefiting students in your classroom. What do you see being most beneficial to your current students? And it's going to be, probably different for different classes. You might have a class of people that love video annotation, some students that are going to love drawing on text, but based on your current grade level, go ahead and talk about what you see being most beneficial. All right, and we're going to skip forward in the presentation a little bit to talk about digital citizenship. In the digital age where the boundaries between online and offline are blurred due to the rapid development of information and communication technologies, the conceptual scope of citizenship should no longer be limited to that of a traditional one. So digital citizenship is a huge part of why Kami is going to benefit our students. As you saw during the demonstration, students are able to leave voice comments, they're able to leave voice memos, they are able to interact with each other in extremely creative ways. And this also gives them opportunities to practice interacting with each other in ways that are safe and ways that are positive. One of my favorite examples from the screen that we looked at earlier was a student saying, thank you for sharing this in the comment space. The comment space and the comment feature of Kami allows them to work on communicating collaboratively and sharing ideas in ways that further their education and further their success. Kami is also going to provide opportunities for peer review and meaningful critique, which is an amazing strategy for building digital citizenship skills. So they're learning, practicing, giving critique in ways that are positive and productive and pushing each other forward. And as we know, as teachers and educators, there's always going to be slip-ups. There are going to be students who make poor decisions sometimes and are going to need those reminders. The class view feature is going to allow teachers to monitor student interactions, which I believe is an extremely important part of any digital tool, is being able to monitor student usage, because they're not going to be perfect. The levels of digital citizenship are not going to be 100% from day one, especially for elementary school students or middle school students. That class view feature is going to allow teachers to monitor student progress, how they're interacting with each other. You can really see everything. Everything is transparent for the educator. And if students are leaving, inappropriate voice memos, that tool can be removed from specific students, and they'll only be able to highlight until they maybe get that back. It's really in the hands of the teacher, and it is really a great space for building collaboration and communication. It's not a tool that students are just going to be sitting in front of their screen doing solo work for 20 minutes. It is made for collaboration and is made to accommodate all students. So students at different levels can also interact with each other in meaningful ways. As I mentioned earlier, there can easily be an EL student who loves using the voice memo feature, not as confident in their writing. They love the voice memo feature. They're able to communicate and collaborate with a student who excels in writing and loves writing, voice comments. They can move back and forth with each other in their own ways and move forward with their education. I'm also going to take a second to just go through the financials quickly. The costs that I have calculated, most importantly, per district, is going to be $10,000 per year. Again, it is available for individual teachers and individual schools, but I believe that this is a tool that is going to be extremely beneficial district-wide. It will work for all grades. It will work for all classes. It will be positive for all teachers, even teachers that don't feel necessarily super confident using technology. This tool is going to be great for those people, and it's going to be great for our students. So thank you so much for watching my presentation thus far.